welcome back to Mal's Board Game Room. We are live at FallCon 37. And we're going to do a quick demo of the game Hockey Dice, which to me just scream Canadian game, right? Can you have more Canadian than hockey? Now I know there's teams in the States, but they're Canadian players. So, Canadian. All right, let me put the focus onto the game here. And how do we play? Tell us about the
Mel.
game.
Yeah, my name is David Leverton. Of course, I've created the game along with my wife, Ann Doyle, who's the designer. This game has taken the better part of 2 years to create, and what we've tried to do here is to simulate a game of hockey. I am a former hockey player.
Oh, very
and
nice.
so as a result of that, we really wanted to give you the sense, the feel of what it was like to play 3 periods of hockey. But this game has been designed based on a small town hockey arena that would be anywhere throughout Canada. And so, this is Canada's national winter sport, and we wanted to ensure that anyone from the age of 10 through to senior citizens would have the opportunity to play this game.
Nice.
And so we were very careful through our play testing stage to make sure that we were working with everyone, girls and boys from 10 years all the way to senior citizens, and obviously with lots of hockey players in there too,
Right.
for good measure. Both regular rec league type players, all the way through to old timer hockey players. So we've tried to really make sure that we've got a good cross testing on this. But as you know from all the games that you're involved in and all the ones that you test and play, it's very challenging to
Yes.
produce a game which is actually playing out through that large an age spectrum,
Yes.
and to try and make it fun and exciting. But we've done certainly our very best. This one, in our particular case, we had a couple of other things which were really important to us. We wanted to ensure that to the greatest extent possible that we had a game that we refer to as a green game. So this is a game that we had produced in Europe. Environmental stewardship is really important to us through the design process. All of our game components are all wooden. Our meeples, all of our pawns, they all come from a sustainable forest in Europe. The way the game was designed and manufactured, it's a 6-sided game board, folds down very nicely into a small 12 by 3 inch box, or 12 by 12 by 3 inch. But the reality is that it's a really good custom design board, and we're really pleased with the final outcome. We're just about to move into production for our second. This was our limited edition, first edition, and so now we're coming out with a new edition.
Nice.
But the way the game plays out, effectively like a regular game of hockey, you have 3 periods. So we play over 3 periods, 10 turns. The purpose behind that is that we try and ensure that in a regular hockey game, you normally would play regular time 3 20-minute periods.
Right.
So in dice hockey, when you play the game lots, you can play a turn out for each player about 1 minute, which means you can play through a turn cycle, which takes 2 minutes.
Right.
Which means over 10 turns, 20 minutes. So you've got a 60-minute version here. Now, you also have the option, you can do everything to put a timer in here, so you can play stop time, you can do anything that you want, like a regular hockey game. And we also designed this in such a way so that it could be used in league play or tournament play.
Which you did yesterday, didn't you?
We had a tournament here yesterday that was fantastic. It was a great tournament. Went really, really well. So we're excited about that. But as I say, you play 3 periods of hockey. The other thing which you do in dice hockey is that your objective is to score goals, like it is in real hockey.
Right.
And so we have a goaltender.
Yeah, and I have mine over
You
here.
have yours there. We have 2 defense. You have yours. And then we have offense. And the offense, we have a right wing and a left wing, and we have a centerman. Right? As you would in a regular hockey game. At the beginning of each period, you position your players to their start positions, and they're all marked on the game board. So in this case, we have our 2 defense, we have our wingers, and our centermen. And so this is the format in which every game begins. Now, dice hockey comes in 3 formats. Right now, today, I'm going to give you the highlights of what we call basic dice hockey.
Okay, yeah.
But we also have an advanced version, which is kind of like a pro version, and then we have team playing.
Nice.
Team play allows up to 4 people to play, and it's a cooperative style of game. And I'll talk a little bit about that as we get towards the end. But for your listeners and for people that are watching this, just to understand the basic format. In Basic, what happens is that we begin each period by rolling these goal score dice. These dice determine who's going to go first. So in your case, and Mel, there's your pieces. So if you have your dice, so we would roll these out, and the strength. Mel got a 3
I'm not
here.
going first.
You didn't do too well. I got a 6. So I have the option of going first or second. If I go first, then I may be if I get good dice rolls, in a position where I can actually take a shot very quickly on your goaltender.
Okay, yeah.
If I don't go first and I let you go first, I'll get the last play of the period. If I get the last play of each period. In dice hockey, you can pull your goaltender for an extra player.
Nice, right?
Nice. And so in dice hockey, the other thing which is important to know, because people are probably looking saying, look at all these
And
different
I'll just
colored
kind of show
squares.
the component. There are action cards as well. That's just off screen a little bit here.
And the way this works, if you see all of these different colored squares, so the orange squares are your shooting squares.
Yeah.
The green squares, when you land on them, entitle you to take an action card.
Perfect.
If you land on a yellow square, yellow squares allow you to transition, and this allows you to move between your positions on the game board. So you can literally start on defense and end up in the center position or end up out on the wing by simply using your transitions. So it's a really effective way to move your players around the game board. And at the end of each period, when we finish 10 turns, we reset the game board so it looks identical to what it looks like right now, as you would in a regular hockey game.
Right.
And so that's the way the game sets up. Now these action cards, I should talk a little bit about them because this is a weighted deck. There are 98 cards in here, and those cards reflect everything that could happen in a regular hockey game. So this could be everything from a breakaway to a penalty shot, everything in between, including the negative aspects of a game, which could be a minor penalty, a major penalty, a misconduct.
Oh, there is a penalty box this
and there's a penalty box. So you have to be very careful when you take these cards. When you land on these squares, you don't necessarily have to take a card, but if you do, beware.
It could not
be
be good.
and it could be not so good. So that's one of the things to think about. And this game is very much about 3 components: strategy, probability, because we're using dice, and luck. And luck is the wild card in dice hockey, because you can be as good a player as you think you can be and have all the strategy on the game board and play all the probability. When the dice go against you, they go against you. So it's, but I'll tell you why we designed it this way. We wanted to ensure that you could never have the same outcome of dice hockey. It's impossible. There's too many between probability and dice rolling.
There's two variants.
And the variance with the cards.
Right.
Every game is different.
Yeah.
Why did we do it that way? Because that's the way every hockey game is.
Isn't it though? Yeah.
Isn't it? Right?
Exactly.
You can have a deflection off a stick. You can have a penalty that comes at the worst possible moment. You can have a goal scored in the last minute of play, right? By pulling a goalie. So all of those different elements are reflected in the actual game design and on the game board itself. So when we play basic, we only go and move your goal scores based on the value of what you see on the dice. So I'll go through that in a minute. But to start any game, if I go first, and let's just say because I got the higher number, I'm going to go first.
Yeah.
I would begin by rolling my goalie dice. My goalie dice will determine the movements of my players. So in this case, I've rolled 2 4s, a 3, and a 6. So I can only move to either the 3, 4, or the 6 position. And so my goalie then would come into play. We're now starting. We're in the first turn of the first period. And so therefore, I've now, and you're going to look and say, well, why did you go there? Why did you move to that penalty shot location? Well, the reason, there are a lot of penalty shot cards inside this action card deck. If you happen to land on that and get a penalty shot, I want to make sure I'm already pre-protecting that space. So that's a strategic decision on my part. Now I roll my goal scorer dice. Now, in the case of moving goal scorers, in the basic format, you can only move your players based on what you see on the dice.
Yeah.
In dice hockey, you've got a 6 and a 1, so I could move one player 7 spaces.
Okay.
I can move one player a total of 1 space and another player
Okay.
6 spaces.
Yeah.
Or I can subtract the dice and move one player 5 spaces.
Okay, so there's some control.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And so when you
okay.
start looking around this game board, you can see that strategically, if I wanted an action card, I can move one, and you're allowed one action card for all first 9 turns of a period. On the last turn, I can take as many action cards as I want.
Okay.
So the 6 would allow me to actually move my player. I can transition 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And now you're in a position to take a shot.
And I am in a position on my next turn to take a shot. Now, if I had rolled doubles, that would have entitled me to a free roll, which would have meant I could have taken a shot
right now.
during this turn.
Oh,
but I
okay,
don't
yeah.
have doubles.
Good.
But
Good.
I'm going for an action card.
Right.
And I'm relying
Which
on
could-
you to hopefully pull me a good action card out of here, which is going to give me a free turn and possibly a free roll. So here we go, first action card.
Okay, I'm hoping it's not that great. Elbowing minor penalty. Your player elbows a member of the opposite team, and you must immediately go to the penalty box until the end of your next full turn.
Well, I can tell you, Mel, that that's not a very good card.
Is that not what
at
you were
all.
hoping
That
for?
is not what I was hoping for. So
Huh.
I'm immediately heading to the penalty box to serve out one minor penalty.
Now, can you pick any player that you want to send to penalty box? It has to be one of the active ones.
It has to be the one that landed on the action
Right.
card square. So he's gone for one full turn. Now, again, for anyone watching this game, look at what I just did. I tried for that because I wanted to get an opportunity for a free shot. Instead, as luck would have it, I've ended up in the penalty box and I no longer have a centerman. So
Wow.
that didn't work well for me. So now it's your turn, Mel, and
Okay.
you get to roll your goalie dice first and determine
Right.
where your goaltender is going to go.
So I have 1, 3, 5, and 6. So I'm gonna go here.
Absolutely. Block me, and now you get to move your goalie. You can move your goal scorer dice.
Okay, so I
And
have a
roll
1
those.
and a 2.
Well, you get to re-roll now.
Oh, I
Yeah,
re-roll them.
re-roll
Okay, good.
those.
'Cause that
Maybe
was
you
a
get
little-
doubles. Okay,
Okay.
4 and a 1.
4 and a 1. Let me see. What do I wish to do?
Now remember, you can transition just like I did, so you can
Yeah.
move your player. So you have the option. You can transition. Risky move like I just did it. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can
And have
threaten
a shot,
me.
and you're not there
and
either.
I'm not
so
there
I
either.
will do
Yeah.
that with my 4. So
Yeah.
I'll put that aside to show that I've done that.
Yep.
And what else do I want to do? I have no idea. Let's start moving forward here.
Okay.
Position
So-
myself for my future plays.
Absolutely. So here we go. So now I have to now try, and now that was the end of the first turn. So now we're into the second turn of the first period. And so now
Yeah.
it's my opportunity to re-roll my goalie. Now I'm hoping to get a 2. And if I don't, and I didn't, so I am wide
almost
open
tell me what you
for a
want.
shot. Now the strategy here for you, Mel, is that I have the opportunity to move my defenseman along these defensive circles
Oh,
to
so
try
that
and
does
block
okay.
you.
Yes,
Well,
just like hockey, right?
Just like hockey.
This definitely you get the feel of hockey. I'm only one turn in.
You're only one
There
turn
is a
in.
question that came up. Says, can you
Sure.
have more than one goalie on the board?
No, only
No.
one goaltender.
Right.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
per team.
That makes sense.
Yep. So here we go, big roll. 2 and a 3. So in
That-
my case, good roll, right? 1, 2, 3. So
Yeah.
I'm able to block you. That's a good thing. And now I've got a 2.
Yeah.
So the question is, do I do something really risky with that 2 and see if I can take an action card, which I could here.
Which moves you away from being able
Moves
to
me
take
away
a
from
shot.
doing that, and that's really risky. So I don't think I'm going to do that. Instead, I'm going to put you on notice. I'm going to transition here to the top of this defensive space. Now I can move from here 1, 2.
Yeah.
I'm 1
So
away.
you're close to.
I am close to being able to take a shot.
Quick question: you would have to roll exactly a 1 to be able
Absolutely.
to take, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Or if you remembered that roll, I could have on that, if I was using all of it, I
Yeah.
could have gone 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
So you can change.
Absolutely.
I mean, that makes sense, right? Hockey, you're
Totally.
Okay.
But one thing you have to always remember when you're playing dice hockey is that you have to fulfill the full value of one dice before you can move another. And you
Right.
can't move. I couldn't go with this guy back
Go
one and go 2.
3. Right.
I have to
so
move
you
3
go
in
the
one
full
direction.
of that movement, but you could come back.
Absolutely. So in this case, I'm now finished my second turn, and now this is your second play.
Right.
So we're
So
now
now
in the
that
bottom
you-
of the second turn of the first period.
Right, which is taking, like you're saying, like a minute a turn, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that you're blocking me, that means I can't take a shot.
No, and so you now re-roll your goalie dice again
Oh, these ones,
to
yeah.
try and hope you can roll a 2.
Right,
in this
'cause-
case, you have to re-roll. Every turn you re-roll unless you're taking a shot. Now you've got a 5, so your
I
goalie's
stay
hot.
here because this one might come closer, but this
Absolutely.
one's there.
He's there,
So
you
I'm
stay
gonna
there.
leave that
Yep.
at that.
Yep.
And then I roll these now.
And you roll these out again. Yeah.
Okay, so
1.
how was with me in ones? Okay, let's see. What do I wish to do? Because am I in a position to get another shot?
Well, you could go for it. You're close. You could get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then be ready like I'm doing for you. Or you
Sure.
could turn around and go 1. I mean, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Take
You
an
know what?
action
Let's
card.
do that. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep, and
We're
then-
gonna take a look. I just want to see what the actions, the
Okay.
curiosity.
And did you want to move your other one first?
Yeah, let's move the other one first. What
Okay.
do I wish to do? I'm moving this one in. I'm like committing to moving in there.
Okay, so here we go. So in this case, Mel's got a broken stick. Your player loses control of the puck. Go back 1 space.
So
Not
this
too
one
bad.
has to go back,
Back
one space, and that would be
That's
this
okay.
way.
Yeah, so that's not so bad.
Yeah.
So now we finished 2 turns. We're going to the top of the third, and now I have to roll out, and here we go again. Now I don't have anybody threatening me right now. I've rolled 2 6s, a 4, and a 3. So I'm going to go back and block that penalty shot position again, and now I'm going to hope I roll doubles because that would be a great thing if I did. But I didn't. I got a 3 and a 1. That's the way it goes. But I can move my 1.
I'm threatened it.
And you're
and
now
I'm threatened it too.
And you're now threatened in 2 positions. Now my player also comes out of the penalty box, and now
Right.
I'm just going to move him back into his regular position where I had. Actually, I'm going to put him back in the center where he was.
Sure.
So he's back in the game. And now at this point, I'm going to do a very defensive play because I know you're probably coming here. So I'm going to use that 3 and defensively preempt that
Yeah.
move.
Perfect.
So now that's the end of my third turn. So now we're in the bottom of the third, and you now have to decide. You've got to re-roll your goalie dice.
Right. One thing I want to point out, the lid kind of looks like a puck, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it absolutely does. Absolutely
All right.
does.
Let us see what my goal is going to do. I kind of want to stay at 5 and hoping to move my defense here,
Absolutely.
ideally, right?
Ideally.
Okay, so
You got the
I
5.
got the 5, so we're gonna stick with that. I need roll like dice magic.
Big,
So
big dice magic 3 would be ideal. And you got a 3, right? Because you can minus.
I can do
Minus
minus.
the
Yeah,
dice.
1, 2, 3. I forgot about the minus.
Yeah.
It's nice that you can manipulate, so you do have control
Exactly.
to a certain point. So yeah, now so I'm blocking both of the threats. I'm happy with this.
Perfect roll. Now, one of the things too, and I just wanted to point this out, this is really great for children. You know, when you get to a 10, 11, 12-year-old,
Right.
the arithmetic aspects of what's going on here, you're strategically adding and subtracting dice in multiples of ways, right? Which is just a really good learning tool for children, right? In terms of understanding the mathematics behind the strategy that's going on in the board game. So now we're in the fourth. Here we go. I'm now going to roll out my goalie dice again. And this time I've got a 4, so I'm going to continue to block that penalty shot. Space, and here I go. 6 and
Not doubles,
a
but yeah.
2. Now I want to try and get one of my centermen down here more. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is really planning for the future for me.
Yeah, you're kind of getting
Yeah,
closer
I'm
here.
on the move.
Putting yourself in position.
Yep, so that's the end of my turn. So we're in the
Okay.
bottom of the fourth.
Okay, so let's see if my goalie can maintain his position here. And I still have a 5, so I'm going to stay there. Oh yeah, I'm rolling off the. Okay. Now let's see what my players can do. Okay. What is with me and 4 and 1s,
What
right?
is with that?
What is with
Unbelievable.
that? Okay, so I'm gonna do 3 minus 1 and go 1, 2, 3. Oh no, you're blocked there. I'm not gonna do that because you're still there. You're in my way. So I'll go 1
Okay.
and get this.
You can take the action card.
And I could do it before I move my
Yes.
next one, because that might influence my choices.
Absolutely. Here we go.
Okay,
and you
something
have
good,
the
something
option. You can move ahead or take a choice. The downside, if this is a major penalty card, you could lose your whole turn and lose the value. But what you're doing, though, Mel, is really strategic, right?
Right.
It's a good move.
you.
Instigator minor penalty.
Oh,
Your
no.
player tries to start a physical altercation with a member of the opposing team and must immediately go to the penalty box until the end of your next full turn. It's not that bad. It's not a major, so you haven't lost the value of that dice. You can reuse
Okay.
that dice.
And now
But
it's
he's
this guy,
going into the
he's
penalty
in
box. Yeah,
minor?
for minor penalty.
Okay.
Minor. Out for 1 turn.
Well. Okay,
But you
so
still have the 4
I have
to move.
4.
Yep.
You know what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I get 2 bad cards in a
No.
row?
Well, you can't. You can only
Oh,
take
because
one.
only in the 10th.
Only on the 10th can you
We
take.
said that. Okay. But can I still land there and not
Absolutely.
take it? Okay, I'm going there.
Absolutely. So here we go. So now we're moving into top of the 5th. Or no, we're in the bottom of the. Are we in the top?
Yeah, we're on the 5th.
Top of the 5th. Yep. So here we go. 5, 6, 2, and a 1.
So you're not, say, protecting that penalty shot anymore.
No. So now I'm
Yeah.
going to slip across here, and I'm going to move myself into the 5 position. I'm not too worried about it because I'm not having any threats, and my defenseman is still blocking you here.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to try and get that centerman down, which is what I really wanted to do. So I've got a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now, Mel, let's see how you get out of this one. Here we go. Bottom of the.
Because I am
5th.
threatened here. I am
You
threatened
are.
here, and I am threatened here.
You are.
And I've got the one goalie.
You do. And this defenseman, now that you've pulled him up, is out of position.
I don't want to talk about that. Okay, so I can't protect my 5 anymore anyways.
No.
And I can't protect my 3. I can protect my 2 and try to move that in a bit.
You can. You can.
Okay.
So now it's all about defense. So
How much
you,
do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to roll an 8 and a 1.
Hard to do. Hard to do.
Okay, I did not roll an
Gross.
8 and a 1.
No.
Okay, what did I roll? I rolled a 5 and a 2. You know what? I'm going to hope for like an amazing card that gets something going. I'm going for an action card.
It's good, and I don't blame you for doing that. That was a really good strategic move. And the way Belle did that, of course, she took the 2 from the 5
That's
to
right.
get the 3. So
Get
here
the
we
3.
go.
Okay.
Delay of game, minor penalty. Your player deliberately shoots the puck out of play and must immediately go to the penalty box until the end of your next turn. So you now have 2 players in the penalty box. So you're too short. Now this one's going to come out on your next turn.
Right.
But this one's going
This
to
one
the
goes
penalty
in this
box
one,
too.
huh?
So you're now down 2 players, and look at this.
I'm not worried.
I have 2 players start top of the 6th, and I can shoot on either the 3 or the 5.
I
Well,
think you should not.
I think it's important that we demonstrate to the people at
Of course,
home
you know
how
what?
this game
How does
plays,
that work?
right?
How do you
do that?
How do you shoot a goal?
Here we go, Mel. I'm taking a shot on 3, which
Yeah.
means you now get to roll your goalie dice.
All
and
of
if-
them, or
all of them. And if
I'm
you
hoping
roll
for
a 3,
I can move inside. Okay.
you stop the shot.
Come on,
Here we
3.
go. No 3. Lots of
Oh,
5s.
lots of
Good
5.
thing I didn't shoot on 5.
Right, jeez.
So there. So I've now scored a goal.
Yeah.
I have to come back to the start,
position of where
and
you
and
scored
if that
from.
was filled, then I'd have to come back to a defensive position.
Okay,
so
yeah.
now I am up 1-0, and we're now at the point where we're in the bottom of the 6th for you. So it's a 1-0 hockey game.
Yeah.
And it's now your turn, and you re-roll your goalie dice.
I'm hoping
again.
to get 5 again now.
Yeah, absolutely you are.
So
And I
you
did-
got it. You got it.
so the centerman for Mel's team doesn't come back to the middle for a face-off?
No.
Oh,
And this is the
interesting.
thing. Again, these are the variations in dice hockey, and that's a really, really, really good question. In the case of a penalty or a goal like this, you have to serve out what your card has told you have to
Right.
do. So now Mel does have the ability to bring one player back out into the game because she served out her penalty. So
Right.
this player can be repositioned anywhere you want.
And I can put
to
him where I
any
want.
start position that you want.
Start
The other player, however, still has to remain in the penalty box until their next turn.
Okay. So I will bring
Yeah.
this guy
another
back.
another question
here.
that I've been asked is that when a goal gets scored, why don't you reposition all the players?
Because you've worked so hard to get them where they're at.
Exactly, exactly. So no, we don't,
Don't mess with
reposition. No, in dice hockey, you work so hard to get to where you're at. The only
Right.
time we reposition
Is at the end of the
Absolutely.
period. Yeah.
I'm curious, like when you were like making it, did you originally do that where you started it in the play testing?
Actually, no, we didn't because
came
I
across
really
really quick,
realized.
huh?
Well, because the thing is that you'll see when we finish this version of the basic, where we're playing this way, you will see very quickly. We'll jump up and I'll demonstrate how we play the pro version.
Okay.
A much faster game.
Okay.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and in that sense of it, I mean, you could introduce it, and I always like to say to people when you're playing this game, there's a full set of game rules, obviously. It has the basic, it has the advanced, it has all the team play elements. So the rules are all there. But this is dice hockey, and you can make any rules you want. When you're playing the game at home, if you want to reset up after every goal,
It sounds like a horrible idea, but
you can do
You
it.
do you.
You do whatever you want. But if you're going to play in a league or a tournament, then you'll play by rules. And the other thing we've done is we did produce an actual game strategy guide. And we did
Oh,
this
nice.
because there's so many offensive and defensive opportunities to strategically move on the game,
Yeah.
so that we made sure that that was available just to help people in the early stages. Because, and the other thing we've done is that we produced inside the card deck the actual, this is a starting setup. So you've got the whole
Nice.
layout of
I
what
like
the game
that.
board's all about.
Yeah.
Flip it over.
and the game.
Full
Oh,
order
nice.
of play.
Beautiful.
Right? Just
Those
especially-
player aids are so helpful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just to help you out in the initial versions when you're first playing.
It looks like the play clipboard.
Is it? I don't know. So apparently this looks like the play clipboard. If you know what that is.
Coach clipboard.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what
I'm
it
not
looks
a hockey
like.
player.
Yeah, no, that's
But,
exactly what it looks
so,
like.
Yeah, no, that's great. That is great. Okay, perfect.
So,
now
You've got your
I've
fourth,
got my
yep,
player.
and now
I've
your
got-
player's in position. You're ready to go. Here we go.
What do I want to do? I don't even know anymore. Okay, well, I don't want to move that guy, and I'm leaving my goalie there.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh my
Double!
goodness, box
Double
cars.
six!
Double sixes. Really, really good roll. And
Great.
now, because that's going to entitle you to an extra free roll.
Right.
So when you move your player, when you're finished, you will get another complete roll of the dice.
Wonderful.
Which is
I
really,
will
and
take
you
it.
don't have to move your goalie. Because it's
Oh,
a free roll,
right,
right? If this was a
right.
starting turn, you would have to roll your goalie. But you
Perfect.
don't have
Okay,
to.
so I'm gonna move this guy 6. One,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
And I'm gonna move him 6 again.
I would do that.
1,
That's a
2,
great
3,
move.
4, 5, 6.
And now you
and then
get
I
to
roll
re-roll.
again.
Yes.
If I roll double again.
Yes, it's trouble
Do I
for
go
me.
again?
You
It's
do.
trouble
You
for
go
me.
as long as you roll doubles.
Oh!
My goodness! Here we go.
Okay, so.
Wow! Wow! Wow!
All right, now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Yep. And now you
Okay.
can move another player 5.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna bring my other guy in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we chance it? The cards have not been my friends.
No, and remember, you have another free turn, or free
That's
roll.
right. Let's see what this
And
does.
you can take a shot on that, right?
Yeah.
You have the opportunity to take a shot. When you take this free shot, your turn will end. If you opt for that action card,
It could wreck it.
well, and it might be another free turn, which means you could have 2 free turns, right? Or it could
Yeah,
be
yeah.
a major penalty, and you could lose your turn altogether, and which means
Okay,
you won't get the
I'm
shot.
not taking the action card.
You're taking a shot.
I'm taking the shot.
All right, here we go.
Okay,
here we
so
go. Here we
what?
go.
Okay, yeah, you roll your
So
goalie.
I gotta roll it. Now I
I'm
have to
involved.
roll a 4. I have to roll a 4. If I do not roll a 4,
No
it's gonna be a
4.
1-1
No
hockey
4.
game.
Oh, he rolled a 4.
So I've got a lucky goaltender break. Your
Yeah.
player has to go back to his start position. That was a really great run for you, though.
Man.
Absolutely. And now we're going into the top of the 7th.
But I had doubles. Do I still get another?
Well, you used the double.
I
on
did
the
to
shot.
do the shot. That kind of stands.
Exactly.
Okay.
That nullified it.
Perfect.
So now
Okay.
we're done, and now we're
Wow.
in the top
Wow.
of the
I
7th. That
felt
was
the
hot.
excitement of that. Wow.
So now I'm on the 4. I'm going to stay on the 4. That's a safe place for me to be. Big roll on me. I'm going to do the
Nice.
same as you. I'm going to try that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these little spots, they mark 5 increments of 5. So you know, so there's 10.
Nice.
There's
Yeah.
11. So
Okay.
I'm going to move down and try and get myself back into position because we're getting close
We're
to the
getting
end
close.
of the period.
Yeah.
So this is really strategic. So that's the end of my roll. So we're now in the bottom of the 7th.
So I roll my goalies.
Yep.
My goalies. My goalie
Your
dice.
goalie dice.
And I'm hoping to maintain my 5
Yeah,
here.
this is big.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Okay, well I'm gonna move to 3 because this guy is coming close.
Yeah.
But I'm exposed. And that
You
guy
are.
is nowhere near helping me because
Not
he's
helping
busy
you.
over there.
Yeah. Now this guy's going to come out on your next turn, or he's
And I
out
can
now.
move him
Actually,
here.
you can move
right,
him right
so
there
I'm
now.
gonna move him
Absolutely.
here, and
Brilliant.
then okay.
And now
so
and now you got a chance to use one of these guys.
3.
There you go.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, or the other guy would have done it. You have either way.
But no, that guy's there. I
Oh
don't wanna
yeah,
move
you
him.
couldn't have. No.
No. Okay.
Look at
okay.
that. Bingo. You're protected. Wow.
That's right.
Wow. Good move. Okay, here we go. We're into the 8th. Here we go. What can I get for a goalie roll?
Go 1.
Big rolls. Okay, I didn't get the 4, but that's okay. This
'Cause
time
I'm not
going to
really
go to
there.
the 3. You're not really there. I'm not
Yeah.
really being threatened right now. So here I go. This is a big roll for me. I'm trying to move into those central positions. 3. That's not much of a roll, but I'm going to take it. 1, 2, 3, because I'm getting into striking zone, and we're getting down the last couple of turns of the period. So this is good for me. So now it's back to you, Mel.
Okay. So
Did these come with it?
No, they don't. These are an add-on, but so you can really use anything you want
That's
at
fair,
home
yeah.
for
I just
for
really
dice
like
go.
that they look like a puck.
I know they do. I know.
So if I
That was
go
a really great
6,
thing that Mel pointed
I
out.
can go 2. I'm gonna go 2 in case I need to move my defense.
Yep, brilliant
guy.
move. Brilliant
Right.
move.
Okay.
Yeah, really good move.
And now, see what I can do with these guys. So, I mean,
Action card. Opportunity.
I could.
Risky,
I mean,
but
can I get 4 bad action card in a row? I'm due for a good one.
I
Let's
think
go
you're due
test
for a
it
good
out.
one. I think you
Let's
are.
go.
And you're going to withhold your 2? Hold
Yeah, I'm
that
gonna
2?
wait.
Okay, here we
Yeah.
go. Here we
That
go.
one's still in play.
Here we go. Community service. Your
That sounds
player
good.
helps raise money for local charity organizations.
Oh, good job.
Take a free turn.
Wow.
Do I finish this one still?
Absolutely, yep.
All right. All right. What do we wish to do? Let's move this guy up.
All right,
And
and,
then
you get a
I
full free
free
roll.
roll.
Yep, full free roll.
Okay.
Okay.
So, let's move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2. I'm just setting myself
Okay,
up.
setting yourself up. Here we go. We're
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
now into the last 2 turns of the first period. So this is getting very strategic for both of us because we both got threatening players coming into the center positions. And we're both well positioned on the defense. So here we go, 3 and a 2. I'm going to stay on the 3. Best position for me to be right now.
Right.
And here we go. 5 and a 3. 5 and a 3. Well. What will I do? What will I
I
do?
wonder.
1, 2,
Are you
3.
sure?
But you know, Mel, the big risk for me here is what am I going to do with that 5, right? Because I'm blocked here. This is my only guy that I could really kind of move, but you're going to come and threaten me here.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
I mean, you could get these guys out of the way.
Yeah, you'd like that. I know you would. I got these guys tied up, and I like it the way they're tied up. I'm going to move this guy. He seems to be my 1 free player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be it. So here we go. Bottom of the 9th. You're now being threatened.
I need to protect
Yeah,
my 4.
you need to protect that 4. Big time. Here we go.
I
Yeah!
protected my
Look at that.
4.
Okay. And now, if you get doubles, you're going to be in a great position here. A great position.
No, I almost
but not
cheered.
bad though. Not bad.
Almost
Not-
cheered,
not
yeah.
bad.
So we'll do.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not tempting myself with an action card.
No, you can go all the way to the
No.
top now.
But you
Yeah, I
can-
know.
Yeah.
Now I know.
I think you're wise not to.
But
Look
he's
at that.
there. He's blocking me already. Why didn't you pick 1?
Okay. Here we go. Last play
Yeah.
of the first period. You're going to have that last play, which means you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
pull your goalie, right? So
That's
here
right.
we go.
Give me an
So
extra-
for me,
okay.
I have got to hope I get a 3. If I don't get a 3 here, this is bad news for me. So I need that 3. I need a 3.
No 3!
No 3. So okay, no 3. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to move to the 5, and now I'm really I got a problem. I got a problem because I was really trying to get down here. I can take action cards now, as many action cards
Right.
as I want.
At the last round, we're not
On
limited.
the last. So this is really for me. Okay, I got a 5 and I got a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's not going to do it. I can't move him out. I have no way to block here. So I really have to hope that I get a positive card. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm only going to exercise that dice. I'm going to hold that one in reserve.
And I'm getting
I'm going
your
to take an
action
action
card.
card to see what we get.
Goaltender pass. Your goaltender makes a great forward pass. Roll all your goaltender's dice and move any one player their combined value.
Oh, any one player.
Any one
That's a
player.
lot of-
Any one player. So if I get a big roll here, this could be really, really helpful. If I get a
You have, like,
small
900
roll, I might be able to
watches.
move
This
here.
is, like, intense.
17.
17. So you can win one guy 17 spaces?
One dice 17. Now, if that had been a small roll, I might have been able to get down here to block, but it's a
Right.
big roll. So
Yeah.
now what am I going to do? Well, you got me blocked there.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
Because they're all different dice,
Yes.
do you have to move all 17 or can you move 3 and
I
then
have to
4?
move the action card dictated that was a goaltender's
Okay.
pass, so I have to take advantage of the pass, which is the value
All
of
those.
all of the dice.
Okay.
So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
I take another action
And I'm going
card.
to take another action card. I still have my 4 from before in reserve.
Right.
So I'm holding on that, and I'm actually now thinking. No.
Quick
I'm-
question again on those, sorry.
Yes.
Because you got the 4 dice, can you swap direction between those 17?
No.
It's one direction.
One
okay.
direction only. Great question, but
Right.
yeah, only one direction. So now, another action card, please.
All right. Cross-checking minor penalty.
Oh, goodness.
Your
All
player
right.
has their stick in the air and forcefully check an opposing team member. Your player must immediately go to the penalty box until the end of your next full turn.
Okay.
I'm okay with this.
So I'm gone. So he's out, gone
Yeah.
for the rest of the period. And if we were starting the second period, I would start short-handed.
Yeah.
And now I've got that 4. I saved that little 4. And to see if I can actually get another action card with that. And you know something? I don't see. Oh.
You can.
1, 2, 3, 4. Another card. Here we go.
All right.
One more try.
Offensive check.
Okay.
You may offensively check any one of the of your opponent's goal scorer players that is located at a defensive circle. That sounds horrible. Your opponent's defensive player must move to the defensive start position that is the farthest away.
Okay. Now what that means, I can offend. This is my offense. That defenseman is blocking me from taking a shot.
And it sends me the furthest away, so I would go
So
here.
he has to move over there. What's lucky for you is that I'm out of rolls. I don't
Yeah.
have any more options.
There's no
I've used
threat
this no
here,
threat,
really.
and I'm done. So
Right.
for me, the first period has ended.
Okay.
You're in a position to take a shot. I am leading 1-0.
Yeah.
You have the option of pulling your goaltender and bringing in an extra player and
It
going
starts-
for action cards.
They
but
would
you
go
have
on
a
the
shot.
start position, right?
Right, but you already are in a position to just take a shot.
I'm going to take a shot.
So you can just take a shot
I'm
and
gonna
do
take a
nothing.
shot,
So
right.
here we go. So if I get a 3, I am up 1-0. If you get a 3, we're going into, in our case, because this is our 1 period game, we would go into overtime. And you gotta go. Look at that. So there we go. So so this is wonderful. So Mel has tied the game. We're tied up 1-1. And if we were playing out and had the time,
Yeah.
we would actually play out another 5 turns. So imagine for everyone at home, we've now gone, if this was 3 periods of hockey and it was tied, we would then go to a 5-turn overtime. And that means we would play 5 full turns, just like we played this first period, play through each player, and then if it's still tied, we go to a shootout. On a shootout, you're only allowed to use 3 players, and you strategically move those 3 players to any one of the shooting squares that you think, I'm not going to roll that corresponding number.
Right.
So we're now going to jump right fast forward, 1-1 hockey game. We're going to a shootout. So we're
Okay.
going to take off all of our players off of the game board.
Yeah.
They're all coming off. Goalies are back into their positions. And now you take and move 3 players and tell me where you want them positioned on the game board. So you can pick 6.
I'm gonna go
anyone.
6, 1, and 4.
6, 1, 4. I think that's a really good pick.
Right.
And I'm gonna go
Yeah.
1,
So here.
6,
Yeah.
and 4.
It looks familiar. All right.
Now we roll our goal scorer dice to determine who's going to go first.
Okay. I have 8, but it's double.
And I have 7. So you get the choice. Do you want to
Yeah,
go first?
I
want
wanna
to
go first.
You want to go first. All right. Pick away.
Okay, so then I just.
There. All you're doing now are taking shots. So
Okay.
you're going to shoot on 6, 4, or 1. Which one are you going to
Let's
shoot
start
on
with
first?
1. I'm going in numerical order.
Okay, here we go. On 1.
Ah,
I got a 1.
Yeah.
So I've now defended. Stop that shot. Now
Okay.
I'm going to go the opposite. I'm
Okay.
going on 6.
All right.
Here we
let's
go.
see. Am I going to defend this? I
Yes,
do.
look at that.
Okay.
There we go. So there we go. So now, what's next?
4.
You're going on 4. Here we go. 4.
Ah!
So I've defended again.
Yeah.
Okay. Now did I go? I went on. Which did I
You
go on
did-
first? I did 1.
Did 1.
Okay, I'm going on 4.
Okay. Let's have a look. Dog!
All right, we got a goal. So here we go. We got a 2-1 hockey game, and now you still have the chance to retie the game again, though.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah.
It's all down to this roll. Is it there? It's feeling lucky. Here we go. Here we go. No! We got a
So
tied hockey game
scored.
again. So I didn't get the block. So
Oh,
you
yeah,
now
I
you
scored.
You scored. So now we're back into a 2-2 hockey game. But
Nice, but you got one
I got
more
one
guy.
left. Here we go. On 6. This is it.
Okay.
This is it. It's all
Okay.
down to this.
No!
No! So there we go. We have a 3-2 hockey game, won in a shootout.
Nice. Nice.
So you've now played your first game of Dice Hockey Challenge, and this
I'm impressed at how involved. Like, I'm not a hockey player, but it's okay. I'm not a hockey player, but I got so involved with this one. Wow. Okay, so
it's highly addictive in that sense,
Isn't
in a
it?
good way. It's a
Right.
fun way to be able to spend some time with friends, right?
Yeah.
Playing a game in a social environment. And now what we're going to do is I know we don't have a lot of time, but what we'll do is let's go back and we'll reset up, and we're going to play a very short 5 turns. We'll
Okay.
only play 5, and this will be a lot
did you
quicker
want to
because.
play this round?
No, it's okay. I'll
Okay.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to play professional, or the advanced game.
Okay.
Okay, so now that you understand the basics, in the advanced version of the game, you can bring in these extra guys. These guys here, these are star players, they're called. In the rules, you see we list these guys these people as having star power.
Okay.
So these players with star power, they always move double.
Okay.
Always double.
So if I
that-
roll a 3, it moves a 6.
It's 6.
Perfect.
Okay? So if
Yeah.
you moved them into a defensive space and rolled a 6, it's a 12.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
If you had
Yeah.
in here and you rolled a 6 and a 4, it's 20.
Yeah.
That's 18, 19, 20.
Wow.
So they
okay,
move
yeah,
around
yeah.
the board very, very quick.
Yeah.
The other thing that happens when you play advanced is that, and of course I should say with these star power players, you're allowed to bring in 1 player and move them onto any position that you want, any start
Right.
position. If you decide you're going to run 2 all-stars, you have to start them on the wings.
Oh, okay.
Stipulation. So if you
Yeah.
run 1, not a problem.
Anywhere but
Anywhere.
two, it's
Two,
where,
it's got to be
yeah.
on either the left or
Okay.
right wing. Now, the other thing, of course, is that your regular players, they have the ability to move. Either one player can move double, one player can move single.
Okay.
Okay.
And I get to decide who does that.
You can decide.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So you're right. So if
Yeah,
if we use the example, if I rolled in this case a 5 and a 3,
So
I could
have-
decide this guy's going to move. This player will move 10. This
And this
player
guy
will move
moves
3.
Yeah.
Or I could have gone 6, and this guy would have stayed, right? 5.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at the dice, again, when you're seeing that, that could be a 10 or that could be a 6. So you quickly you start doing the mathematics to
Yeah,
realize,
yeah.
or it could be single. So you can be a 2, that could have been a 10 with a 3 off, which makes it a 7.
Oh, so you can still do that.
6
Oh, okay, yeah,
With
yeah.
a 5 off makes it a 1.
Right. Okay, right.
Lots of
Lots
options.
of yeah.
Lots of options.
Like a control.
Yeah, and now, so that's that. Now, the other thing too, some people may have wondered from watching this is that what happens in hockey? You have assists where you can actually get assists in a game. Well, in dice hockey,
Tim
the way
says
it works,
that's a great game. Hasn't played it yet, but yes, I agree.
in dice hockey, you actually can do assisted plays. And the way this works, and I will demonstrate this for your players at home to watch. Let's just say I had a star player in here, and you have, and I had a star player here and a star player here. So here I am, I've got opportunities to shoot. And let's just say, Mel, that you pulled your player out and we're ready to block here.
Yeah.
I still have opportunities to shoot from two different positions.
Yeah.
Now, when I mention these star players, not only do they always move
Double.
twice the value,
Yeah.
they also, their star power, they have star power. So they can actually shoot more accurately.
Oh no.
So if they, anytime they take a shot, you always have to remove one of your goalie dice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You don't get 4 to defend, you
Right.
only get 3.
Wrecks my
okay?
odds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, if I link my players together, and let's just say we've got this scenario, if I turn around and say he's blocked, so he can't shoot, I'm going to take, and I'm going to pass the puck from him to my star player, and he's going to take a shot. Now, imagine if this was a real hockey game. If you're a player and you're coming down on the goaltender and it's one-on-one, then it's 4 goalie dice against
That one,
the
right.
one, right?
Yeah.
So it's, but the minute I bring
But
2
you
players,
start
I
combining
start
so
passing
you get more dice.
more
to,
dice. So if I link these two, and in dice hockey it's called linking. So I ask you at the beginning of your turn, when I see a multiple setup, I say, Mel, are you going to link your players? And if you go, yes,
You betcha,
then
yeah.
you're linking these 2, out comes 1 dice.
Oh.
I link those 2, out comes another dice. This one is the star player. Out
So
comes
he's
a 3rd dice. You're down to 1 dice, right?
That sounds horrible.
So yeah, so you're really defending to try and make sure that
and
doesn't
you can
happen.
only link with players that are in shooting position.
Absolutely.
Right.
Have to be in a shooting position.
Perfect.
And the other thing to know, if you have a defensive player, for
Yeah.
example, that was here, blocking here and here, in this scenario, I can still pass from him, or to this player,
Right.
to the star player. They can take the shot. This would all happen, but you are allowed to bring in one of your goal scorer dice because you have a goal
Because I have a guy
scorer
in play here.
in play.
Okay.
And when that happens, if you now were to roll 1, 2, 3, 4,
But
with
let's
the
say, like,
goal
if he had
scorer-
been here, I wouldn't have gotten him.
no. And
Right.
strategically, because he is in play, or this player's in
Yeah.
play, I probably wouldn't want you to have that dice.
Right.
So I wouldn't include this player. I would only include these
These
two,
two.
and I would have passed there. So in that sense, you would have still been down to 2 dice.
Right.
So I would have kept my option open.
Yeah,
and a lot
yeah.
of times, I wouldn't link them at all, simply because I know that if I have this position, I might say I'm going to shoot here because you're going to have to take out 1 dice. But when you roll these, if you stop that player, I have to go all the way back to my start position.
Yeah.
This player is still open to take
It's
a
still
shot in the
open,
next
yeah.
turn.
And
So-
now I would have moved there too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So linking is a really important part of the advanced version
The
of the game.
advanced.
The ability to move these twice the value,
So
right?
things move faster on the
Way
board.
faster.
You have better control of, and you have better chance of shooting. So I could see the complexities definitely ramped up, but then I could see that the speed of the game would have, of course, right?
Absolutely, which means when I say, you can play this game out and you can end up playing it over 60 minutes, even with this ramp up like this, if you play a lot, you can get that time down, but it's still, there's strategy, right? And there's so much going on this game board. And I'm going to give you an example of this, Mel. If I move my player into this position right here, right behind, and you'd say, why
Yeah.
did you do that, David? Well, the reality is, Mel, I can move on a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
On a 3,
You're just like
1,
all
2, 3,
surrounded.
4, 5, 6. If I rolled a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I roll a 6, 12.
Because he's a star player.
He moves
Yeah,
double. So when I
right?
set him back there,
He's
it
got
becomes
control of.
I got
Got a
control,
lot of
and
control.
you're really strategically trying to figure out what to do, and
Yeah.
you may bring back one of your forwards, which means now I'm upsetting your offensive game.
Yeah.
So this is again, it's all about strategy,
Yes.
probability, and luck. So here we
Nice.
go. So we'll play it out we can play just a short version of it if you
Sure,
like,
sure.
just to test out the pro, so
Okay.
you can see the speed of how quickly this works. And now I'm going to bring in
Here's
both
your
my
guys.
star players, and I'm dropping them in. Where would you like yours? Do you want 1 or 2?
I'm gonna take one.
Just one
I'm gonna
and-
put him in the over here in my defensive area.
Okay, now I'm going to point something out. He can only move even, right? Can never move odd because he's always moving doubles. So when you use
True.
him here, yes, a 6 will get you in potentially a shooting position. If you need to use him
Because he
defensively,
only ever moves. Oh, right.
2,
You know what? I'll
4,
take them both
6.
in as well.
Yeah,
I'll do
and if
like
you-
what I'll mirror you.
you'll mirror me.
Follow the
Okay.
professional.
Okay, here we go. So now we're going to set up, and now I'm going to bring in my other. I'm going to use a regular centerman, my players, and my spare players. And some people might ask, why do you have these spare players? What's that all about?
And you got one
Well,
here as
the
well.
reality is this, is that in dice hockey, there are misconduct cards, right? You can be thrown out of the game. So, which means your players are coming out. If it happens to be one of your star players, then you may be forced to replace them with a regular player.
Right.
So you need these extra players, and if you might get an injured
yeah.
player. There's lots of
Yeah.
things that can happen in
Okay.
dice hockey. So here we go.
Okay.
So now we do the same thing, Mel.
So
I'm
who goes
rolling off.
first?
So you goes first.
Beat a 4. Oh yeah, no, you
All
did.
right. This time, I think you will go first. I'm going to
Okay.
keep the hammer this time.
Okay. So first I roll my goalie.
Yep.
And I don't know why I
Right.
rolled off, but there's nothing really going on. I'll just go
Nothing
at
yet.
3 right now. Okay, now I move my guys. Okay, God, I can move double.
Exactly.
Man. All right.
Now, of course, because one of these can move double, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. So you do have it at striking. You can,
Sure.
get in striking
Let's do that.
position.
I'll go into a 4 position here.
Yep.
And I have one guy that can move by 1 now.
Yep.
Now, because I use a double on one of these guys, can I still
Always
do a double on these
Absolutely.
ones, right? Okay.
Always double. So you could take
Yeah,
a
you know what?
card.
Let's go. What,
Here we go.
what could happen?
Here
What
we
could
go.
wrong?
Here we
What
go.
could go wrong?
Oh my goodness. You have a goaltender block a shot card. This is one of the most powerful cards in the entire deck. You're entitled to 1 free opportunity to block a shot from your opponent without rolling your goaltender dice. Your opponent must move their player back to their start position. So this means that if I move here
And you
to
get
take
in
a
position.
shot and I say I'm taking a shot and you see it's a star player, you can turn around and say, no, you're
Not today.
and you get to use that card, and then you
And-
would move there, and I have to go all the way back.
And this is one that I hold on to
you
until
hold
I
on to, and you would hold on to it through the
Nice.
whole game. So that's a hugely
Stay
valuable
right
card to
there.
have. Absolutely, that's one of the best cards in the entire action card deck.
That's why I took it.
There we go. I know that. I know that. I know that. Here we go. Here we go. So I've got 6, 5, and a 1 and a 2, and I'm being threatened on the 2. So I'll go there. And now I've got a 3, and I'm going to see we got a double 3s.
Double.
Okay, here we
Yeah.
go. Now, I don't like you having that card.
Why?
So I'm going to make best efforts to get rid of that card. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with my star player. And then I'm going to take the 3 and I'm going to go... I'm going to move my winger down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right.
So I have doubles, which
Yeah,
means
so you
I'm
go
entitled
again.
to a free turn. I'm going to take a shot. You have to pull out a dice unless you use
my
that card.
dice.
So this is my way. Now you've only got 5 turns that we're only playing on this period. Are you willing to risk pulling out a
Now,
dice?
how many dice do I would lose one. I have
Only one.
3. I
Yep.
need a 5 to block you,
You need
and
a
I
5.
could save this. Now, if
Totally.
I have one and you have like threatening me on multiple, I would kind of end all that. That might be better.
And you bring them all back. But
I see
right
what you're
now,
like. You're trying to get me to waste this card. I'm just
I'm
gonna
just
roll
saying,
a 5.
I'm just saying. Here we go. On 5 with big 5.
Yes!
Oh my goodness. Okay, now
Not
I have to go all the way back,
today.
and that was huge. That was huge. That was huge. That really was huge. Wow. Wow. Amazing. So here we go. So we are in the bottom of the first huge save, and now it's open season for you
So,
now. Yep.
I
So-
started
sorry, yeah,
actually,
you
so I'm
started.
the
So top
second.
of the
Okay.
second.
So now I roll my goalies. Oops.
Now you roll your goalie
Jeez,
again.
I'm just
Yep.
gonna... Okay, so where is they move so quick now? It's hard to know. This one moves double. I'll stay here. Okay, and then
Yeah,
let's see
that
what
was
I
a
can
really
do.
good strategy. to do that.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I have a 6 and a 3. Now I have those guys at the bottom, so I can move up 12 with one of them.
Yeah,
See?
or 18. So in this case, yeah, so you can move this guy down, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Let's do it.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Whew. Here we go. So now I've got a bottom of the second. I really look at this, and I am really in trouble now. I'm in trouble.
Right, because I'm in
early.
2 spots.
You're in 2 spots early. What are the odds? What are the odds?
All one.
All
ones.
ones.
Which you don't
Oh
want.
my god! Yeah. Look, now I got wide open in 2 positions. So
Nice.
now I really have to come up with a 4,
With-
or I have to come up with a 3. A 4 and a 3. A 4 and a 3 will save me, or I'm gonna have to go for an action card. Okay,
Got
I got
4.
the 4. I got the 4. So in that way, I can at least block your major player here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What am I doing? That's not going to work, is it? I've got to go for that. Wow. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can come across here and
Block
block.
that.
So that's blocked, but now I'm out of position. I'm really out of position. Now, I always believe that best defense is a strong offense. So I'm going to go in this case 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you may decide to take a shot because you really do have an advantage on me
Right.
here. But at least I have a shot on you.
But I'm
if
still
you
have
do
my
that.
card too, don't I?
Yes, you still have
Okay.
your card. Yes, you do have your card. So now you can take a shot.
Yeah.
I have to pull out
Yeah.
one of my dice here, and so here we go. So I have to roll a 4, or we have a 1-0 hockey game in the second, and you just got to go. You got to go, Mel. So there you go. So you're going back to your start position.
Yes.
You're going up 1-0 in this, and now we're going to the top of the third, and I'm now. Did I get a 2? So I did get a 2. So I can at least
Block
move
there,
there
yeah,
and
yeah.
block there, possibly if necessary. So here we go. We're in the third, and now I'm taking a shot on you, Mel.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll use my card.
All right, smart move. I would have done that too. So there you go. So we're now down to
1-0
top
for
of the
me.
fourth. 2 turns left, and you got a 1-0 hockey game.
That's right. There I go.
Here we
Okay.
go.
So what will happen with my goalie? Luckily, there's really nobody really close
Nobody.
right now.
No, you're not being threatened.
So I'm gonna go to 3.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna go
If
to
I go for an action card,
2.
yeah, or lots of penalty shot cards in here too, and the 2 is a good one.
Oh,
But you're right,
yeah.
because if I get a 6,
'Cause
I'm
you're
going to
kinda
either one of
close
those.
there, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. Okay,
I really
let's-
need doubles.
Okay,
Ooh,
so
big
I've
roll.
got
Big roll. That's a
10
20.
here.
And see, that's a 10, and for him, that's a 20, right? So that's 18, 19, 20.
Let's do that.
So there you go. So you're now really super threatening me yet again.
You feel the
I
pressure a
might
little.
add, I can feel the pressure, and now I have to roll a 3. This is the only thing which is going to save me, is rolling a 3. And I don't have it. So now I'm going to be forced to go to a 5 because you may come down here in the last play. I don't know. So
Yeah.
now here we go. I really need a 1 or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 or a 5. I got the 1. That's
Yes.
good. Now that 3. What
Mind
can I
you,
do
I'm
with
still
that 3?
here, right?
You are. And that 3.
1, 2, 3.
So,
So
I
then you
blocked,
block that.
I blocked temporarily. But here we go. We're now going into last play
Yeah.
of this play. We agreed
Yeah.
to, and this is the other thing we should let your viewers at home know, that in a situation like this, you can agree to play as many turns as you want.
Right, of course, you have control.
Sure. So you could say, we're going to play 3 periods of 5 turns.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. So we decided we're playing this game based on 5 turns. So you can decide whatever you want to be. We play out 3 turns of 10 per period, but you can do whatever you want. So here we go again. This is the last play
Yeah.
of this game.
But I had a goal, right?
And you have a goal. So you're up 1-0, and we're now in a situation where you might extend that. You might get a second goal here.
I want to. All right, let's have a look. So, 6-6, 3-1. I'm gonna go at 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and then with my guys, I've got a 5 and a 1.
Oof.
Let's do that. I'll
Yeah.
move that one to the penalty.
Okay, and now a big 5. So now you can go for you can go for an action card and try and get in position to take a shot.
Because if this,
Well, that 5 will become a 10.
that doesn't
Yeah.
really get.
But you can
close.
move that one of your players double, right?
Yeah.
And that's 10. So you can actually get to a 10.
Sure, let's go see
Yeah.
what that is.
So here we go. So
do I
action
get
card.
my action
Yeah,
card
action
first,
card,
yeah.
and if this comes up as a positive card, gives you a free turn, I'm in very big trouble.
I'm okay with it.
You're a good sport. Your player lends a helping hand to an opposition player. Take a free turn.
Okay, so I would take my shots.
You would take a shot. Now you
Yeah.
have to now, and you're taking your shot. Because you're taking a shot, you don't have to touch your goalie. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Now, big question to you. Are you going to link, or you don't need to because you've got a direct and I'm going to have to pull 1 dice? You could link, but then I'd have the ability to bring in a goal scorer dice.
Yeah, let's try it with the 3 dice. See what you can do.
Here we go. Here we go.
Come on.
So, here we go. Big 4. No 4. You're up 2-0. So there you go. And I have to move 5-3, so I'm going to stay on the 5. You've now scored. That's using. He's already in that space, so
Yeah.
he has to go back to
To one
either
of
one.
the defense,
Either
okay.
one. And now we have a 2-0 hockey game. And here we go. My last play. Obviously, Mel, I have to pull my goalie. Don't have any options here.
Nope.
So my goaltender's coming out. Oh, way too much pressure. So here we go. Goaltender's coming out. Extra player. Now, where am I going to move this extra player to? Obviously, I want to take advantage of as many green cards as I can get.
Right.
I've got 2 here. These guys are not really helping me. This guy can only go to doubles, but that's a 2 and that's a 5 for a 10. So that's protected. And I need to get shots. So I'm going to go right here. Opportunities for a green card here, potentially here, or if I get a 6,
You could
I can
also
get,
get
into
a
shooting.
shot, yeah.
So
We'll
it's
see.
all about me here, and what am I going to get? It's not looking good, Mel. 6 and a 3. So I didn't
Yeah.
get doubles, so I'm not getting an automatic
That's right.
free turn. So here we go, Mel. I'm going to take a 3,
Yeah, get a card.
but before I do that, I'm taking a 12. Into a shooting position. Need a good card.
defensive check. You may defensively check any one of your opponent's goal scorer that is located in any shooting square that is being blocked by one of your defensive players. Your opponent's offensive goal scorer must relocate to the closest unoccupied start position.
Okay, so in this particular case, I can, unlike the last card that was offensive, I can defensively check you. So I can take your player out.
Yeah.
My player goes back to the closest defensive, and yours goes back to here. But here's the problem. I'm out of cards. I have no other options. The game is over.
And I win.
And you win.
And I win.
2-0. It's your victory.
Nice.
So that's, in a nutshell, the
advanced
pro version, the
Nice.
advanced version. Now, to understand, the third way of playing Dice Hockey Challenge is to play it in a team environment.
Right.
And if you play teams, you can play it with either 2 players against 1, and in
Right.
that way you're actually seated on this opposite side. So you're
Yeah.
actually playing against each other. And then what happens, Mel, is that one player plays offense, the other player plays defense on your team.
Oh,
So,
right.
if for example, if the one player was playing defense here, they would have control of the movements of the goalie, control of the movements of all the players in this half of the board, so this
Right.
defensive half. The other player has control of everything that's going on the offensive side of the board. And
Yeah.
what makes team play so fun is that you can actually control everything. When you begin first by rolling your goalie dice, so both players are watching. You roll out the goalie dice, you make a determination of where you're going to move your goalie. Then, inside, and this is included, you have the extra dice in with the game. You roll out your dice, both players simultaneously. And so out come your dice and my dice. And so we're both rolling out. I move everybody in this zone, you move everybody at the same time.
With the same dice.
Same dice
Right.
together. So
Right.
the dice are rolled out. So I'm talking to you, you're talking to me, and suggesting I need more assistance here offensively. So I might ask you to send one of your players up. The minute
So that
player
then you can
crosses,
take over that
then
player
they take
and move
over,
it. Okay,
and
yeah.
vice versa. So you can end
Yeah.
up with control, but you have to work together. What's
Yeah.
important about that, and this is largely for young people, when you're teaching about cooperation, you have to cooperate when you're playing team play
Yeah.
to win. So if you have, for sake of example, 2 young children playing against a parent, 2 parents playing against their children, grandparents, however it happens to be mixed
Yeah.
up, the children really have to play together in order to beat whoever they're playing against.
Yeah.
So it can be children against children, but the reality is that it gives that opportunity for cooperative play as well.
Yeah. Nice.
Any questions?
Yeah, so I mean, we played the games.
the
Obviously, I'm a fan. I didn't expect to get so involved. Like, felt so, like.
And you didn't expect to win possibly your first pro version, your first pro game?
Right, so I like the pro game that does kind of make things
Speed.
quick. Yeah, it adds the excitement level as well. So tell us, like, where can we find it?
Well-
If somebody is interested, are you selling them here this weekend
We
as
have
well?
games that we have games available. You can go to our website. It's just dicehockey.com.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
what we like to say is affectionately, Dice Hockey, you get to be the coach, you get to be the goaltender, defense and offense on every play.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to our website. There's lots of information about the game available there. Obviously, anybody can come by our booth and see us here, learn
Yeah.
more about playing the game as you have now. The other option, of course, we have a lot of independent retail stores, all
Nice.
through British Columbia, through Alberta, into Manitoba, up in the Yukon, and we're also into Ontario. They're actually they have Dice Hockey in an actual game board cafe in Nova Scotia and Halifax.
Nice.
So we've been very
Nice.
fortunate. The game itself has only been in Canada for 3 months, but it really has.
Wow.
It's available in a lot of different locations
Yeah.
now. So we're excited about it. It's a lot of fun to play, and I
It
would
is.
mention we do have. League starting. We have
Nice.
league play, which is exciting as well. We have several leagues starting this fall, and we have what we call Dice Hockey training camps beginning in September. And this is
I love
really
that.
like this, what we've done here
Yeah.
today with you, Mel. It's an opportunity for people to learn how to play the game
And learn the
before
strategy as
and
you
learn
play,
the
right?
strategies before registering into the leagues.
Nice.
Because the leagues themselves
You're
are
gonna get
actually
cutthroat
played.
a little bit, huh?
Well, it's team hockey, but you know the nice thing about it, you can play it out in the leagues. The way we're setting them up right now, there are 25 games that you play, and you begin in October. The games run until the end of April, but it really does mean that you can get together with friends in a social environment,
Yeah.
and you can play out. Keep the stats, keep the results, and then of course in April, you know, whoever ends up in first will pay the person in last, and then you have playoffs in the month of May. So it kind of
Nice.
tracks the whole regular hockey season in that sense.
Yeah.
But most importantly, it's a good social way to get together and just have fun.
So Jim wants to know, is it in America?
It's right now currently only available in Canada, but that doesn't mean, I mean, if you go to our website, you can certainly order from us and we can
Right.
ship it to you in the U.S. But we do not at this point have any independent
Vendors lined
retailers
up.
in the U.S.
Yeah.
lined up that are selling our game. They're
Okay.
only currently available in Canadian. And anyone can go online also. I should point this out. To all the independent retailers out there that are supporting us and are actually selling our games, if you go onto our website, you can see we have a listing there of all the stores carrying
Nice.
our games. So you may find that, you know, if you're going into Medicine Hat, or if you're going into Lethbridge, or if you're going up into Fort St. John or Dawson Creek, you know, you'll find there are stores in those areas that have the games. And so I really recommend support your local stores,
Right.
support your local independent retailers. Go to those stores, buy the games whenever you can locally.
Nice. I appreciate that for sure.
And of course, they are available here in Calgary as well.
There you go. Perfect. So that was a gameplay of dice hockey. I won.
Absolutely. Won the pro version. Absolutely.
It
2-0.
was amazing. If you get
Wow.
the chance, go check out where this game is available. Give it a try because it was so much fun. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having
Thank
me,
you
Mel.
so much, everybody, for tuning in. Bye.